On this episode of Bumpy's Beer Review from Smuttynose Brewing Company out of Hampton, New Hampshire, I have Lotta Haze IPA. Definitely a dad beer. I mean, just look at that dude there.
He's got long legs.
Got very long legs. This is it's a hazy IPA from Smuttynose. It says New England IPA at 6.5% ABV. There's no other real information on it. How much does a hipster weigh? So apparently you have to be like some weird hipster, like crazy, like groovy. I guess IPA drinkers today are like the folks from back in the day that wear bell bottoms and disco and braless. Not really the thing. IPAs are like one of the most sought after types of beers.
Exactly.
Today. So this whole hipster thing, it's not hip to drink IPAs. It's a thing.
A little out of touch, to say the least, when it comes to beers.
This is a 12-ounce can from a mix pack, and we're gonna try to split this three ways. We're each gonna get what
4 ounces,
3 ounces,
4 ounces,
4 ounces.
If we're lucky. Since I purchased this 12-pack, let me open it. All right, so if you guys are gonna split a 12-ounce beer 3 ways, count to 3, and you got the perfect pour. Let me just
Smells
look.
good.
Let me look. I'm gonna pull a little. Ryan.
It's a very lemony kind of yellowish hazy Stroko.
Yeah, it's got a nice little head on it of whiteness.
Very citrus forward.
Sudsy.
Oh, we're going over the nose.
Oh,
I didn't know we were
It does have a haziness. It's not a murky beer. It's kind of got like a lemon haze, right?
It's like
Looks
pledge.
good. The
Yes.
head's pretty much anticipated.
Pledge.
All
Pine
right.
salt.
Cheers. Or sniffers.
Sniffs.
From afar.
Very citrus.
Pineapple.
Pineapple, citrus.
Lemon.
Lemon, obviously.
Lemon.
Like
Lemon, pineapple.
I'm ready to clean some floors in the mall. Type of thing.
It's got a slight like green aspect to it as well.
I'm ready to mop.
Got a nice herbal.
Now okay.
floors.
Let me ask you guys because I've had this beer before.
Pine hop resin.
Looking at this beer being just a hazy, what do you think that the mouthfeel is going to be?
I think it's gonna be super.
I think it's going to be more American IPA,
It's gonna be light.
more malty.
Like light and dry?
I think it's gonna be light and
I think
dry,
it's
but
gonna be
it's
more
gonna
of
have
like an
kind of a
American
juicy
IPA
middle.
where it's
gonna
like,
drop
not
off
super
from the hops
hazy.
in the back end.
All right.
I
What
don't
about
think they're
the
using
body?
oat.
You think it's going to be like?
I think
Are they using
I would
oats?
say it's gonna be super fucking light.
Do you
What
think?
they
Do you think it's going to be creamy?
No.
Oh, so it's a
No.
New England IPA, so they're using like a light amount of oats or something.
Here we have Smuttynose. Once they used to be a great
They're not
craft
using a lot.
brewery here in New Hampshire, and then
There's still a brewery.
there's
in
still
New
a brewery
Hampshire.
in New Hampshire. I mean,
That's
they're still craft, but they're not what they used to be. But cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Cheers, John.
Cheers. So nice citrus, nice little pop, kind of dry from the hot bite on the back end, but juicy in the middle.
Crisp, clean.
Super light.
It's kind of got a little bit of a soft mouthfeel to it. though,
Here's,
right?
well, when you say soft mouthfeel, like,
Better than what you were expecting, isn't it?
yeah.
You know what the thing is
Because that was
about
my
this?
first thing when I had
Yeah,
this beer. I
it
was
is.
like,
You know what the
I
thing
was
is
like,
though?
oh, they actually kind of got it.
It's a good beer. It tastes good. It looks good. Why do they have to call it a whole lot of haze on that it pours like this?
Yeah, it's not, the name is kind of deceiving.
Because it's
Yeah.
Smuttynose.
Here's what I'll say, yeah.
But it's a good beer. I like
This
it.
is a good beer.
It's nice and citrusy.
It's
It's like
very-
You would buy a
There's-
12-pack of this.
I would buy a 12-pack of this beer specifically.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing with Smuttynose that pisses me off. I kind of got into Smuttynose on the back end of when they were independent and they sold out. I got to try a couple of the really.
Well, they're
good-
still
good
independent.
beers.
They sold to a
An entrepreneur, yeah. So excuse me, they're not
They didn't get bought up by AB InBev.
No, but they're not as good as they used to be.
No,
And
there's no
they
effort.
don't have their barrel aged series anymore. They do like the Old Dog or the Old Brown Dog, whatever. That's their best beer now. The brown ale that they make is phenomenal. This type of stuff here is great, but it's a dime a dozen. Like every brewery makes a beer like this. So this is nothing special to me.
Comparing this to like Sam Adams Hazy.
Probably a little better. Than the Sam Adams is another one of those companies, the Boston Beer Company, that is just significantly for their regular.
It's all
beers,
about making money.
It's
not
all
about,
dropped. Unless you're buying the Barrel Room Collection, the Utopias, those types of beers, it's just average. Even the Boston Lager, they reformulated it. It's a great beer, but
it's about as clean
but it's not
and light as a New England IPA could be.
It's not. I wouldn't
because it doesn't really drink like a New England.
wouldn't consider this a New England IPA because it's filtered somewhat. You can see through it in the light.
Yeah.
A New England IPA, not to mention the wheat malt character with this. Like if
usually it's a lot of flaked oats.
A lot of flaked oats and wheat malt.
I think they must
thick,
use something.
Unfiltered.
There is because there's that kind of.
I feel like
there's
there's. I feel like it's a wheat malt, but it's not.
But this is a crusher. What's the ABV on this?
6.5.
That's a good one.
So it drinks super light for 6.5. I would say that overall it's a good beer, and they do what they're trying to do
flavorful.
for this beer. It's flavorful, but I know what Smuttynose can do, and I know what these companies that are putting out. And this is a variety pack beer too, so that you're looking at like 4 different beers in a variety pack, light, sessionable, different flavors, but not offensive and just light, refreshing type things. This hits that on all points. I'm not taking that away from the beer, but why would I buy this when I can get Treehouse or Spyglass or Trillium or
because
whatever?
the price tag on it's a lot.
You can buy a tree. So
like $15 for a.
So yeah,
it's a good price.
if I'm gonna go, so here's the thing: I'd rather buy my 4 packs of my Treehouse and Spyglass, my IPAs, my doubles, my stouts, my whatever, and then just buy like 12 packs, 15 packs of PBR, Miller High Life, stuff like that as in between beers. This to me kind of is like what what a PBR would accomplish for me, like an in between.
It is a way
beer.
better flavor than PBR though.
But it's more expensive too.
It is, but it's better.
So I'm not saying it's not better. I'm not saying it's a bad beer, but this to me is kind of like in no man's land. This is not something that I would buy regularly. This is something that I would buy in a variety pack to try it and review it, but this is not something I would gravitate towards ever, honestly. I mean, it's not bad though. I would give it an 84.
Yeah,
I'd give it a
it's a grocery store beer.
Kind of a solid
for sure.
B. Yeah, I just knowing what Smuttynose was, and the Barrel Room Collection, and even some of the Smut Labs things like the experimental line, like that they used to do, and knowing what they are now, I'm just generally disappointed with Smuttynose, and I want more from them. I want the beers that they used to produce, and I want some barrel aged stuff, and I want some like really thought-provoking, fantastic beers.
They are the longest running craft beer or craft brewery in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So it would be nice if they
Is
did
it Hampton?
actually.
They're still in Hampton.
Yeah, they're in Hampton, New Hampshire.
Not far from.
I'd give it I'd go 85.
So what did I say? 84.
I'm right there in that. I'd say it's a good beer.
Solid.
I think it's top end good.
I like it because you kind of get your bang for your buck. Like BuMpy said,
I agree.
It's kind of cheap.
I do agree.
But it's also got some good flavor.
Yeah.
I don't understand the name Whole Lot of Hazy or Whole Lot of Haze. They shouldn't have
They have a whole series called.
They
Whole
should have
Lot
called it Session Haze IPA, and
it's not a session. It's
a little bit of
6.5.
something. Just a little bit.
No,
they have a.
It's a higher ABV. Yeah.
It's running off of a line that they have. They have a whole lot of, and then they have like a whole lot of Mosaic, whole lot of Equinox, whole lot of whatever hop they're using.
Yeah.
So it's just a
I just don't think it's a whole lot of hop saturated.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No.
Which is what you would think if you're like a
it's not bad,
somewhat
though.
more veteran beer drinker.
Well, with all that said,
But it's still good beer.
Yeah, it's a drinker. I think that you could. I think this is one that you could probably keep in your fridge and
Variety
be
pack,
happy
you
with.
said, right?
Yeah,
So
it's,
you got
it's
other
a
beers.
drinker, just a drink. It's not one that you're gonna really review like we did here today.
No, but it's fun to
except
review these
to,
because a lot
put
of
it out
people
to people.
actually,
A lot of people are drinking this.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people would want to see reviews on stuff like this because it is a more affordable brand. They want to know if it's worth it to,
That's right.
get your bang for your buck. And I would say that I would have recommended this.
It's good. Yeah, it's a good beer.
It's good enough. It's good enough for a recommendation. I think it's probably one of the better IPAs that they have out there now.
Oh, as far
I
as
think
Smuttynose,
it's even.
definitely.
Yeah, I think it even overtakes the Finest Kind IPA, which has been their staple. Finest Kind hasn't been that great lately. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah.
Finest Kind was always a good go-to, kind of East Coast, West Coast / IPA, and this one I think it's a little bit more nice.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more kindly. The Finest Kind, finest. It's finer. Kindly, finer.
Oh my gosh.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's the Spiegel. You don't want to choose it like that.
But yeah, buy it, try it. Let us know what you think in the comments below.
And cheers. I want to thank once again John and Nelly from Georgia Beer Reviews here, and Tanner from East Coast LQ Reviews for joining me on my channel. Stay tuned for more shit on BuMpY-isms.
Cheers.